First section is comprehension passage. Question number 1. Why was the teaching activity undertaken by Bell was considered noble? So why his teaching became noble? Look at this second paragraph, I guess. Is it second or third? Second. Bell was at Edinburgh, Scotland. He was a teacher and was dedicated to the noble cause of teaching the deaf and the dumb. So why was his teaching became special? Why it became noble cause? Because he was not teaching the normal people, he was teaching deaf and dumb. He was teaching the physically underprivileged persons. Yes, there was nobody else. He was not accepting, he was very famous. Answer is first option. He was teaching the physically underprivileged person. How were the words uttered by the Emperor of Brazil? So where is this Emperor of Brazil in the passage? Here. My God, it speaks. Uttered the Emperor of Brazil, and the receiver of the telephone slipped from his hand and banged the ground. So my God, it speaks. Is it angry? Is it insulted? Surprised? Yes. Agitated? No. Agitate means protest. Happy? No. Answer is third option. What was the contribution of invention of a telephone? What is that? Invention of telephone, what it would do? Look at this. My God, it speaks. Uttered means speaking. Means the words produced from the mouth is called uttered. My God, it speaks. Uttered the Emperor of Brazil, and receiver of the telephone slipped from his hand, banged the ground. At the other end, who is there? Alexander Graham Bell was still online. So Graham Bell made telephone call to Emperor, and Emperor was shocked. Oh my God, this object is speaking. First time. We are very lucky or unlucky, I don't know, but we have got cell phones. But during that generation, there was no communicating device. So the Emperor looking at it and felt surprised. It is speaking. This incident goes back to 1876 when at an exhibition in Philadelphia, Alexander Bell was giving a demonstration of his new invention. This strange instrument known as telephone was to revolutionize in the years to come. So that is going to revolutionize. It has revolutionized and ruined the communication of people. Which of the following made Bell to invent telephone? Why did he do that? Why did he do that invention? Bell was fond of scientific inventions. Fond means Bell likes. Bell likes scientific inventions and was always engaged in making some machines in his spare time. Even in his spare time, he was making machines. So that made him invent the telephone. His activity of teaching? His service to the deaf and dumb? No. He kept his interest in scientific inventions? Yes. Encouragement received from Watson? No. Third option. Dedicated. What is this in the passage? Second paragraph. He was a teacher and was dedicated to the noble cause. Dedicated means what? If you are working in an organization, for example, if you are working in a bank, you should be dedicated in working in a bank. For example, dedicated means if you are working in this bank, you should feel this bank is my bank because it is giving me salary, it is giving me opportunity to work. So you should feel this is my bank, this is my work. So feeling, that is called dedication. So appointed, no. Appointment means giving appointment to somebody or giving offer letter. Next, deploy. Deploy is used for army. When army is brought in there, that is called deployed. When Taj was under attack, when the Taj, Mumbai was under attack, the terrorists took over Taj Hotel and kept the tourists and hotel people as hostages. NSG was deployed. NSG was deployed. Dedicated, devoted, yes. Religious, chosen, no. Similar meaning of dedicated is devoted, third option. Why did Bell go to Canada in 1870? Can anybody tell me the answer for this? 1870 is year. 1870 is year. Tell me the answer, please. Answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. And what else? Anything else? You have not done the passage. It appeared sometime back in the PO paper. This passage appeared in the PO. It appeared in this clerk now in our paper. It was originally from PO paper. Excuse. Due to severe illness, Bell was sent to Canada in 1870. Due to means because of. So because of his illness, severe illness, he went to Canada in 1870. Where to? Means there also he engaged in helping deaf and dumb people. So answer is third one, undergoing medical treatment for himself. He was ill, so he wanted treatment. From which city did Graham Bell make the telephone call to Emperor? Can somebody tell me the answer, please? Answer. Emperor. From which city did Graham Bell make the telephone call to the Emperor? When Graham Bell telephoned Emperor, where is Emperor? Emperor was in Brazil, but Alexander Graham Bell was in Philadelphia. He was in Philadelphia, but Emperor was in Brazil. Continued. Where is this continued word? Show me the word continued. Show me the word continued. Second paragraph. After 1870. Did I underline correctly? Thereafter he shifted to USA but continued with his work. Continue positive here. Irregular negative. Destroy damage negative. Reckon means think, measure, estimate. Suspended, jag is nothing but jam. So continued, opposite is suspended. Continue, opposite is suspended. Sticky fingers. Does anybody have sticky fingers? No? I guess in that movie, what is that movie? Allu Arjun, Brahmanandam will be there. That Brahmanandam is already a regular habitual thief. And in the house also he steals the things. What's his name? We remember names of the movies. And in that movie, Brahmanandam has sticky fingers. Means his hand always wants to steal things. So that is called sticky fingers. Do you have sticky fingers? Does anybody? If you have sticky fingers, you cannot work in bank, because when you are working in bank, will be a lot of cash. Sometimes our hand will not listen. That's it. Sticky fingers means ability, irresistible to steal, wanted to steal. Being able to type fast. Filthy. Filthy means dirty. Clammy is nothing but wet hands. Keep objects that don't belong to you. Fourth option. Do you keep objects that don't belong to you? Do you carry thoughts that don't belong to you? That is also stealing. On the horizon. You know horizon? Horizon means, have you ever seen sea, ocean, or any water body? When you look at sea or any water body, when you look at the distance, water will be like never ending. But when you look at the distance, the sky, it appears that the sky and water may meet, or both are meeting. But in general, they don't meet. But from the distance, we feel that both are meeting, water and sky. That particular spot is called horizon. On the horizon means Impending. Impending means about to happen. About to happen. If you are studying well like this, I can see your job on the horizon. Means about to get, about likely to happen, an event that is on the verge of ending, event that is being organized, some point on the horizon, event most likely going to happen soon. Answer, fourth option. Now we need to interchange the bold words. A corruption number will be there? No. Hotline number, okay. Erring means error related, mistake oriented. Erring number, no. Suspended number, maybe. So here either B or D. Let me check. A dash number has been made available to report dash. Report, erring is negative, corruption is negative. So we can interchange A and B. A hotline number has been made available to report. Corruption and erring officials will be suspended on the spot. A, B, B, A, first option. Full transparency is maintained? Maybe. Full banking is maintained? No. Full clearing is maintained? Maybe. Aggregate? No. Perhaps this is in the correct spot. Full transparency is maintained by publishing the reserves and the banking balance. Okay. Clearing balance, okay. Aggregate balance also okay. In the clearing accounts, transparency accounts, banking accounts, aggregate accounts all appear okay. Accounts of the dash system, aggregate system, no. Transparency system won't be there. Banking system, yes. Clearing system also okay. But which, let me keep banking and clear here once, clearing. Banking system possible, clearing system possible. Aggregate balance, yes, aggregate means coming together all the calculation, aggregate marks. So aggregate balance and banking system. Do we have BD, DB? Third option. Now there is an error in one of the parts, we need to find out the error. In karate, there is an image that is used to define the position onto perfect readiness, mind like water. Answer. In karate, there is an image that is used to define the position of perfect readiness. Means you need to be in a like ever ready, all the time ready. Like mind should be like water, ever ready. Onto is wrong, of perfect readiness, position of perfect readiness. Anything that causes you to overreact or underreact can control you and often does. Before that, what is there? Anything is there. Anything is singular or plural? Singular. So anything that causes. Anything that causes. The power in a karate punch comes from speed, not muscle. It comes from a focused pop at the end of the whip. Now here, noun in preposition and noun again. When noun, preposition, noun appear at the beginning of the sentence, the verb is decided based on what? It is decided based on the first noun. First noun is power. So the power comes from speed. Comes is the answer, second option. Most people have a resistance to initiate the burst of energy that it will take to clarify the real meaning. Answer. The resistance to V1, okay. The burst of energy, okay, that it will take. Answer, all correct. Fifth option. Now rearrangement A, B, C, D, E. Along is used for the direction. Along the extreme end of it may not be first one, but it is ending with full stop. In a large town where there are so many houses, starting small letter, preposition may not be first or may be first, we do not know. Oblige takes, always oblige takes two. Oblige is nothing but duty, responsibility. Check which sentence is starting with two. C. Now let me read both B, C to combine whether it is possible or not. In a large town where there are so many houses, so many people, and there is no roof left for everybody. Means town is large, but houses are also plenty, people are plenty. Now there is no roof for everybody to have a little garden. For garden, they don't have space. and where on this account most persons are obliged to content. Content means satisfied. So they don't have space for garden. So what they are doing? Most persons are obliged to content with themselves with flowers in pots. So they can't keep garden at least. Now what they are doing? In the pots they are keeping flowers. There lived two little children who had a after a noun or adjective noun. Can I pair BC? Who had a along wrong, a garden okay, a for wrong. I can simply keep garden D. There lived two little children who had a garden somewhat larger than a flower pot. Now the two kids are there. They have a flower pot they have a garden actually. The garden is larger than a flower pot. They were not brother sister, but they cared for each other. They cared for each other. Is anyone going to flashback? Is anyone going to flashback? No. They cared for each other as much as if they were. Their parents live exactly opposite. They inhabited two garrets where the roof of the one house joined the other and the gutter ran along the extreme end of it. And there was to each house a small window. One needed only to step over the gutter to get from one window to another. So B, C, D, E, A, that is the order. Now next section, single filler. Google scanned some old Scottish fisheries reports that dash reports from Brown's experiments. That excludes, see, already scanned is past, excludes not sure. V1 is never possible, present, maybe. Freeze, no. Disbelieve, see, V1 yes, grammatically V1 yes, V1 yes. Now the question is, what should come, V1 or V1 yes or yes? Before that, what is given? Reports. And reports related is needed. So reports means they. For they, we don't take V1 yes. Answer is either 2 or 4. Reports that contain or reports that disbelieve. Reports are not human beings. They don't have belief system. Human beings can believe or disbelieve. So reports contain second option. What the team has not yet. After has, what is needed? Now purpose is noun. Determined V3, resolute adjective, resolve V1, decide V1. Only one word is suitable in terms of part of speech, that is determined. What the team has not yet determined is whether the race-focused interventions have an impact on the experience of people of color. The White House seems to have two major power centers. One, an establishment pod around Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, and the other, an dash pod. An insurgent, okay, an attentive, okay, an obedient, okay, and devoted, wrong, a devoted is needed, and faithful, wrong, a faithful is needed. Answer is either 1, 2, 3. Insurgent means, what is the meaning? Rebellion, opposing or rebellion. These two almost both positive. Attentive, positive, obedient, positive. Listening, focused. So 2, 3 synonyms we can say. Answer is 1, insurgent. So the White House has two wings. One wing supports, one wing opposes. For example, the president says, let us implement this bill. So before implementing the bill, he will discuss with these two groups. I will implement the bill. The support people say supporting statements, but opposing people, they will say why the bill implementation is not good. Afterwards, they will come to conclusion whether they have to implement the bill or not. When you check off, there is no word called check OF. OF is wrong. Checked in, okay. Check on, okay. Checked off, OF is not there, check in is okay. Answer 1, 2, 4. When you check dash for a flight, make sure agents tag all your suitcases. Make sure V1 agent tags V1, yes. So it is in the present. So answer is 2 or 4. When you check in, you know check in opposite is check out. Check in means give your details and name and enter a place. Enter an object, enter a place. Check out, same thing. Here are several interesting, unique and fun outfit styles that you might want to. After 2, what is needed? V1. So tried is wrong, try out okay, ing no, V1 yes no, try okay. Answer is 1 or 4 grammatically. And we don't have try in word, try out only. Try out. Now the problem now is that the generators in many areas are started to breaking down due to constant use. Means regularly they are using, that's why generators are starting to break up. Break up. Break up, our favorite word. Break up opposite is patch up. You don't know? After break up it is patch up. And patch up means that again, it is in the last stage. A breakup is good or bad? Yeah, definitely good for other person. Enter a place illegally is called break-in. They broke into a shopping mall and stole all the money. They broke into jewelry shop. Break-in. Another meaning is there. Break-in means interrupt. There is no phrasal word called OF. Break OF is not there. Break off is there. Break off is separate into 2 parts. Answer. Is it break up? When we are talking about machine not working properly, machine stopped working, it is called breakdown. Bus breakdown, generally we say. Bus breakdown means it is not related to applying brakes. It is not related to brake or accelerator. Breakdown means the phrasal verb a machine stopped working. One meaning. Breakdown has another meaning, emotionally low, emotionally down. After the death, after listening to the death news of the chief, the members of the family broke down. Means they collapsed emotionally. Answer is no correction required. 5. Last section, wrongly spelt or inappropriate word. Transposing, reference, lead, misunderstanding. Is there any spelling mistake? Double RE is not needed, only single RE is enough. REFERENCE. Convincing, aggregating, rigorous, rigorous. Answer. AGGREGAT. Aggregate. Double G is needed. Aggregate, congregate, double G. Last one. Platelet enhances bleeding, clotting. What is the correct spelling of platelet? Is this correct? PLATELET, platelets.